Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel where skincare is all about progression over perfection because perfection doesn't exist. Today I want to do something a little bit fun, So it doesn't really happen so much in skincare, but a lot in makeup where, you have your real firm favorites, products that are iconic to you, and then they reformulate and it changes and it's not so good, or even worse, they discontinue it. So today I want to talk about some skincare products that I genuinely miss or am going to miss since they've been discontinued. I'm going to start off with one of my favorite brands of all time, Glow Recipe. No, for the millionth time, I am not secretly sponsored by Glow Recipe. I have been sponsored by them a few times, and anything outside of that contract, I am free to discuss the brand however I want. But every time I talk about Glow Recipe, I get a DM or I get a comment asking if I'm secretly sponsored. Listen, no, I just love their products. I love their products, okay? Fucking get over it. But there are two discontinued products from Glow Recipe that I'm not gonna miss massively, but I wish I used more. Starting with the Banana Souffle Moisture Cream. I avoided this product for the longest time because there was nothing worse, in my opinion, than having the smell of banana lingering on my skin all day. I remember when I first saw this moisturizer, I was like, what a weird... That's a strange fruit to pick, right? Like watermelon, lovely. Strawberry, fine. Plum, refreshing. Banana? So I actually didn't realize this was being discontinued, and I don't think I've seen an official announcement, but I got a few DMs asking if I knew it was being discontinued. And also, when you go to the website and click on the Banana Souffle Moisture Cream, you click buy, it takes you to the Plum Plump Hyaluronic Cream, which I also love. It's a good alternative. So let's talk about the Banana Souffle Moisture Cream. They say that it's formulated with banana, a rich source of magnesium, potassium, and more to hydrate, soothe, and rescue skin from everyday stress. This cream is a special bouncy souffle texture that comforts like a cream, but has the lightness of a gel, creating the ultimate universal moisturizer. And it really was that. Oh my God, I have it. I kind of want to preserve it. I don't want to have to cut it open. This is it. I bought this. I remember I bought this because someone told me it was being discontinued. So I headed over to Cult Beauty and just bought one, and there was literally only one. I could only buy one. But that's exactly what they say it is. It's a mix of a moisturizing cream with a lightweight gel. Oh, it looks bad. I don't know if this is going to be good. Oh no, it's good. It's got this bouncy souffle texture to it, as you can see. And yeah, it really is a universal everyday moisturizer that has a banana scent to it. Then the moment it's on the skin, it just disappears. It completely goes. I'm gonna have to use this up because it's coming to the end of its date. So I'm gonna use this. I don't know when I got that. It's only got 6-month shelf life, which isn't great. I'll be honest, there was nothing amazingly great about it other than the fact that, like a few other moisturizers out there, it was a great universal moisturizer. I reached for it in summer, in winter, when I was dry, when I was oily, AM, PM, and it moisturized and hydrated very, very nicely. And I say there's nothing great about it, but some of my favorite products are actually ones that I don't talk about that much, because I don't think there's anything great about them, but I find myself using them up completely and just reaching for them. I haven't seen a reason for this being discontinued looking at their website, but judging by the next product I'm going to talk about, it's because they made something better. And I appreciate them doing that, to be honest with you. Yes, it's sad that a product that I wish I used more and experienced more and kind of discussed more is going. But I appreciate a brand that doesn't just keep all their products available because they want to make money, because they want to sell shit, They're like, that's gone because we made something better. And the Plum Plump Hyaluronic Cream is so good. It's like this, but like a million times better. It gives you this... It obviously hydrates your skin, what feels like pretty instantly. You almost get this instant relief from this cream. Well, it really quenches your skin and it gives you a really, really glowy, dewy look. If you don't like dewy skin, I wouldn't try this. But if you do and you haven't tried this cream, you absolutely have to. So yeah, gone. I'm going to use this. That'll be my last thing. I'm going to put it in some kind of museum, probably back there. But yeah, I appreciate it. I get it. They've made something better, so that's gone. Speaking of Glow Recipe, here's another one that we're going to crack open, the Pineapple C Bright Serum. Gone. Gone forever. I don't know how in date this is. I think it's out of date as well. Honestly, I have a lot of products that I just put on display and I forget about them. They're Pineapple C Bright Serum, brightening, smoothing. Vitamin C serum. I always say this when I talk about this serum, but at first I hated this serum. It smelled like warm pineapple that had been left out in the sun. The smell was like, it was very suffocating. And then they reformulated slightly. And then I found out that Blackpink's makeup artist used this serum to give Blackpink a dewy look. And I was like, right, I'm kind of interested in it again. But I'll tell you what actually got me really interested in it was the way the brand reacted to me giving them a negative review. And this is the same with people like Paula's Choice, who are incredible, CosRX, Purito, The Ordinary. I can say the worst stuff about their brand. And if they've watched the video, they will email me and offer me alternate products. They'll be like, we really appreciate the feedback. They are a brand that doesn't kick me off the PR list of Fenty just because I said something horrible about their products, you know? They genuinely appreciate the content and the feedback. So hearing that and having the founders actually reach out to me from Glow Recipe back then when I was a small channel, I was like, okay, you know what? I'm going to give this brand the benefit of the doubt. They've been amazing. They've been so kind. I'm going to try it again. And this time it didn't smell so bad at all. The smell was completely different. That stinging sensation was gone. It went from everything I hated about vitamin C serum to a serum that just made me look dewy and helped even out my skin tone. I mean, that's really what it did for me. Still not my favorite vitamin C serum, but the reformulation was nice. It was good. But much like the banana moisturizer they launched something so much nicer. So much nicer. Like, honestly, there is literally no point selling this. That sounds really bad. Because their new vitamin C serum, the Guava vitamin C serum, Guava vitamin C dark spot serum, shits all over this. Like, they'll just be in competition with themselves, you know? So again, they created something better and got rid of the old version, which I really appreciate. They've not done any other pineapple products since. I wonder why. I don't know. Whilst this did give me a nice glow, it was still kind of like, in my opinion, an old-fashioned vitamin C serum where it will kind of make you a little bit oily, glowy, and I didn't hate it. I quite liked it. If I was going out somewhere and I wanted to look instantly dewy and like, oh, you know, glowy from within, I would use that at the time. However, their Guava Vitamin C Dark Spot Serum is unlike any other vitamin C serum I've ever used. It just feels like a nice hydrating, moisturizing serum. And that's what I like about vitamin C serums, is not knowing they're a vitamin C serum. You know, it hasn't got those telltale signs that it's a vitamin C serum. That vitamin C serum smells fruity. And for my English people out there, people who live in the UK, it smells like the sweet section of a newsagent's. It's a very specific smell, but it smells like, you know, that kind of like powdery sweet, foam bananas, foam shrimps. Those little like cigarette sticks. I don't know what they're called, like the little candy stick things. It's got, but like really toned down. It's not sweet. It's like essence of that, and it's like, oh, I remember that smell. And then it's like gone once it touches your face. But yeah, with both those products, whilst I'd never use them massively, there are times where I'm like, you know, I could really do with that serum right now. Or I could really do with that moisturizer right now. But they're gone. It's too late. I wasted time. They're gone forever. So let's talk about a product that I'm not sure why I liked it so much, but I just kept using it over and over and over. And this is the controversial brand Reflect by Valkyrae. Not just a discontinued product, but a discontinued and somewhat cancelled brand. If you don't know the history of this brand and this product, the company she worked for did her dirty. I have a whole video about it, talking about my opinions about it, the science behind it, why it's bullshit. While I do think the brand should have been cancelled, but not her. It's a long video. Long story short, this was a skincare brand targeted at gamers. Valkyrae is a Twitcher, streamer, and brand wise, it made sense. She's in front of screens all the time. This was a skincare brand to protect your skin from blue light from your screens, which us in the skincare community, we know is complete bullshit. From the sun, yeah, possibly. You want to protect yourself from that. But holding our phones in front of a computer screen, no, not at all. So this brand faced immediate backlash on its day of launch. Like, people went in on her. And I think what this brand showed overall is that people don't like when influencers launch brands. They went in on her and used her as an example of the misleading science within the skincare world when it comes to blue light. Despite there being hundreds of blue light products out there and brands that are still selling it, no one's putting that same energy into those brands as they did at cancelling Reflect. Looking at the old website, screenshots from my old video, which I'll link down below. They were relying on antioxidants as their blue light protection, but other than that, there wasn't anything protecting in it. Antioxidants don't protect your skin from blue light from your screen or from the sun. But again, you can watch the full review, the full discussion of it in the link down below when I talk about. So this product that I really, really like is the Screen Shield Defense Face Moisturizer. Great names, great packaging, great website, great concept, just lies. That's the only issue. So they called this a daily moisturizer that defends skin from blue light pollution and promises to reduce skin redness while keeping it hydrated. And it's funny because when you look at the ingredients, it's not really, the claims are a bit like, oh, really? Like they've got glycerin in there, sodium hyaluronate, aloe, and then it's just some other things. It's like a few emollients and some buffering agents and some, the boring things that make up a product. So when it comes to the blue light ingredients, they called it their BLPF, Blue Light Prevention Factor, and it was some flowers or some shit, I can't remember what it was, rice or something that they said had antioxidant properties, which whilst antioxidants are great at the aftermath of sun exposure, it's not protection. It's not protecting your skin. It's irrelevant, but I use this moisturizer on and off, like after buying it, because I tried it in the video, and it's just such a nice, lightweight moisturizer. Very boring, very, very boring. But for someone with oily skin during summer, I wanted some soothing from aloe. I wanted some hydration from sodium hyaluronate and glycerin. It was a very basic but nice lightweight moisturizer to use under sunscreen. And honestly, I'm gonna miss this when I'm done with it all. I can still get somewhat dehydrated in summer, so sometimes I don't just want to use a sunscreen, although a lot of sunscreens nowadays have some really nice key ingredients in to kind of help with that hydration stuff. It's nice to have a lightweight extra bonus kind of layer sometimes, depending on how dehydrated you're feeling. And this was that for me. Very basic, feels a bit white label, but I don't care. It felt good. It felt really, really good. So I am going to miss this when it's all gone. I do dislike this kind of packaging though. I just don't like it. I don't like wiping it off and then trying to clean. I don't like it. A product that I kind of bought just to do some commentary on, and I didn't really think I was going to like any of their products. The other products were a bit shit. But that moisturizer is just a perfect, lightweight, everyday moisturizer. Right, I can't believe I'm actually saying this, but sometimes I get cravings for my Clarisonic again. I used to have like a see-through blue one that had lights in it. When I use it, it lights up. And I know it sounds, we all know why we don't like Clarisonic, but sometimes I get cravings for it, especially with the like record-breaking hot summer that we just had. There are times I just want to reach for a brush and like gently scrub at my skin the way a spinning brush used to do. So Clarisonic was actually discontinued in 2020. Clarisonic said the decision to close the brand was made in an effort to help L'Oreal focus its attention on its other core business offerings. Now, a lot of people thought the discontinuation of the brand was because the skincare community always talked about how harsh these products were for your skin, how it was basically a daily exfoliation and you shouldn't be using it. But really, it wasn't because of that. The skincare community isn't that powerful. Well, back then it wasn't that powerful. But now, we can make some changes. Due to micro tears and all that shit. Micro tears aren't even like a proven thing, blah, blah, blah. It wasn't that. It was more because of the constant competition from people bringing out their much more affordable alternatives. Back then, you could pop spinning brush into Amazon. You get ones that you put a couple AA batteries in and it would do just as good a job for a fraction of the price, ones that you can recharge. A basic Clarisonic brush back then would cost you about $169. And then let's not forget that we had to replace head brushes every, month? I swear they were like every 4 weeks. It was a lot. It was a lot. And I swear they were like $40 like every pop kind of thing. It just added up and added up. So then not only did you have that cheap competition, but then you had brands like Foreo, what's the other, NuFace, bringing out silicone alternatives. Still expensive, still quite pricey, but it was a one-off purchase and that was it. And you could use these for years. You didn't even have to charge them that much. You charge it like once every 2 years. So the Clarisonic wasn't even competition for these brands. It just seemed like a clunky, expensive, unnecessary device. But listen, I'll be honest, whilst I don't think my skin could take a Clarisonic now, back in my early 20s, when I had simply oily skin, my skin could take this. And I use one of the soft head brushes, they were slightly longer, they kind of move like this on your skin. And my skin looked great. It looked really, really good. And sometimes, I know this is kind of like blasphemous to say, but sometimes I do just get an urge to use a physical scrub and scrub at my skin. Not harsh, but use a scrub as instructed. And sometimes a spinning brush used to scratch that itch for me, especially on my oily nose. You know? I don't know, it's just a weird craving I sometimes get. Speaking of crave, oh, that was a good... that was good. It wasn't. I have a bit of a relic here. The Beet Shield. Remember this? A gentle antioxidant day fluid that protects your skin from harsh environmental stresses. Now, this is the American version. They couldn't legally say it was an SPF. This, of course, was part of the sunscreen culling of like, what, late 2020, early 2021. This was discontinued along with many sunscreens, not just Asian sunscreens, after a brand whose sunscreen that advertised itself as SPF 50, after independent testing from the Inky list, actually came back with a much lower SPF of SPF 90. Now, this was a sunscreen that people were saying they were getting burnt from. You know, after consistent use even, they were still getting burnt from it. And this kind of started a distrust of Korean sunscreens, despite this being something that has happened to brands like L'Oreal, Garnier. It was an industry-wide issue. The Beet Shield unfortunately fell under this umbrella, and Crave was one of those brands that kind of took it upon themselves to do their own independent testing, and unfortunately its SPF rating fell a little bit shy of its advertised SPF 50. I love this though. I had no issues with this whatsoever, with constant reapplication when I was out in the sun, minimal reapplication when I was at home during summer. This was my moisturizer. This was my sunscreen, because it was one. It didn't burn my skin. It didn't burn my eyes. My skin wasn't getting burned. This was such an amazing sunscreen. Now, Crave are yet to come out with a new sunscreen, but a lot of the other brands who were involved in the situation have reformulated and come out with new releases. Purito have a great sunscreen. Their Sun, whatever it's called, is amazing. Oh, I have the old Purito one too. I should keep these, right? There it is. Old. The Purito's new formulated one is incredible. It's so nice. A little bit thicker than their old one, but it's still amazing. The Klairs one is sheer. I'm not going to lie, really disappointing. Remember Klairs had that like jumbo size tube? They've now come out with like a tiny standard size really. And it's everything I hate about a chemical sunscreen. It's itchy, it burns, it smells. It's just not nice. Now I know Crave are working on a new sunscreen, possibly two. Did I make that up? Are they working on mineral and chemical? I don't know. I should ask. And I know they take time to formulate and get a product just right, so I'm really looking forward to their next launch. The cleansing balm is so good. I actually left it in a hotel room in London, realised in the taxi on the way home, threw a mini strop in my head. It's so good. Let's talk about Even Prime. Even Prime, honestly, is one of those brands that I'm like, I wish I kind of talked about it more, and I wish other influencers did, because it was such a good brand. And they were a brand who I think also understood influencer relations really well from like a work kind of perspective. They were just good. Their products were really, really, really good. They were like a really nice characterful alternative to like CeraVe. If you were looking for gentle products that were there to help with your skin barrier, Even Prime were that, and especially their barrier serum, which was a product I talked about non-stop. The brand as a whole, I believe, are on pause right now, but my favorite product from them was their barrier serum. It was just so good. It's the opposite of what you think a barrier repair serum is going to be, or a barrier repair product. We know here that I don't like those thick, plasticky smelling, PVA glue smelling ceramide creams. And this serum was like a watery, lightweight serum that hydrated your skin whilst also delivering peptides, ceramides. It had centella in it. It was just a great soothing barrier repairing product. This was a brand who had a handful of products. They had a mist, a cream, a cleanser, some eye patches, an eye cream, spot patch. Wait, what am I talking about? Spot patches? And their barrier serum. That was more than I thought. They had limited products still, and you can tell that with each launch, they were proud of what they were producing and what they were putting out to the public. They weren't just chucking out product after product for the sake of having product. Each product was well thought through, and they were honing in on what they felt were the necessary steps of a skincare routine. I did try to find the reason for what I believe is a pause on manufacturing rather than a complete discontinuation of the brand. I couldn't find this statement, but I do believe, like many smaller independent brands, they kind of struggled during COVID, from what my memory serves me, and that's not a lot, to be honest with you. But there you go. Those are some of the brands that I miss, products that I look back and I'm like, oh, I wish I used that more, or I wish I could still have that within my rotation. Let me know if you liked any of these products. If you didn't know any of these were actually discontinued, or your favorite discontinued skincare, makeup, whatever, in the comments down below. You can watch some more product reviews here, some general light entertainment here, and I'll see you over there.